Stay tuned and let's check out this Marvel Legends Venompool wave, Venomize Miles Morales and Ghost Spider. Pow and welcome back to the channel, Dan Who Reviews. As always, my name is Dan W. Make sure you are following me on Instagram at It's Dan Who. Today we are starting to look at a brand new wave of Marvel Legends as we're taking a look at the Marvel Legends Venompool wave, aka the Venom wave, and you can tell that because it's this nice white packaging with the Venom goo all over it. And I'm starting today with a twofer as it makes the most sense as we have both Miles and Gwen in front of me, aka Miles Morales and Ghost Spider, of course. Now these are inspired by their looks from the Spider-Man Maximum Venom cartoon, I believe, but I do like the idea, the concept of Venomized Marvel characters. I did recently get the Venomized Captain America, which I liked a lot more than I thought I was going to. So it's nice to add some more characters to the ranks. Maybe we'll see more in the future. As I said, I quite like the concept. But it makes sense to start with these two in this Venom wave. And yeah, let's look at them both together. So you can see them both in the box, quite small figures. And you can see Gwen has the massive Build-A-Figure piece of a Venompool there as well. So nice graphics. I like the Spider-Man Venom logo on the top. I like the graphic design of both of these on the side. On the back, we get some promo images as always. And both of these get a very similar write-up. So Miles reads, when the Venom symbiote attaches to Miles Morales, he gains extreme new powers. And Gwen's reads, when the Venom symbiote attaches to Gwen Stacy, she gains extreme new powers as Ghost Spider. So as I said, very similar. But both of these, of course, have a list of all the figures in this wave you need to build the Venompool Build-A-Figure. Today we're looking at Miles and Gwen. And you only need 5 figures in this wave to build Venompool. So that's pretty good for a Build-A-Figure because the actual Venom movie figure doesn't come with a Build-A-Figure piece. So yeah, that film's been delayed till next year, but I guess the figures ain't. So let's get her open. Here we have Miles and Gwen out of the box, and as expected, neither of them come with any accessories, but they do both, of course, pack these Build-A-Figure pieces for the Venompool, and this guy is looking good. I'm looking forward to building this guy. And you know the score, hit that subscribe button, find the playlist, as I always review the Build-A-Figure last, and I'm looking forward to this. So obviously, come back once I've looked at all the figures in this wave. Today, we shall concentrate on these two, Miles Morales and Gwen Stacy. So as I've already said many times, these are Venomized versions of the two characters we know from the cartoon, I believe. But I do think there's plenty of comics about it as well. So let's take a close look at these one by one. And let's start off with Miles. So they didn't skimp out on the head sculpt. This is a nice, newly sculpted head with all of this sort of vein detail all sculpted in there. And that is very nice. It looks good. It looks like a crazed Miles Morales with the trademark features of Venom, of course, with a big mouth and all the sharp teeth and all these little veins. So that is popped on like a seemingly normal Miles Morales body, just painted with like a dark blue and red. But these arms are new as these veins are all sculpted on there. So they're all risen. You can feel the texture on the figure, and you've got these new spikes here as well. Of course, with these massive hands. So no interchangeable hands, but we do get these massive claws for Miles with both hands, as you would if you were all Venomized and looking evil and angry. So yeah, so new arms it seems with these sculpted details and these new hands as well. Same with the feet. So he's got these big fat Venomized feet, but I was still finding him difficult to stand, which was frustrating, but he seems to be standing all right now, and they've got some of that textured detail on there as well, those risen sort of sculpted veins. But yeah, it's not black, it's blue, it's like a dark blue, but I like the red, and yeah, the lines of the spider on the front, if you can see with my lighting, are quite clean, to be fair. No sloppiness, it all looks nice and clean. Same on the back, you can see that spider logo there as well. So yeah, no complaints from me. The articulation on this guy's not bad at all as well. He's a small figure, so you can sort of take advantage of the double joint there. You can get it okay. Shoulders obviously go all the way around. There's a swivel at the thigh and at the bicep. Ab crunch is pretty good with the waist swivel. The head articulation is great. Like, look at that. You can get him looking all the way, but literally you can get him crawling on the floor if you wanted to, and he can bury his chin. So no complaints with the head articulation. Legs go out really far, and double jointed knees work really well as well. Like, look at that. That works out really well. So yeah, no complaints in regards to articulation. You're going to be able to get this guy in some crazy spider poses. But yeah, he looks evil. He looks like a Venom Miles Morales. No complaints from me. Here we have our straight up comparison of normal Miles Morales against the Venomized version, and you can see that they're both on the same base body, so they sit at about the same height. But you can see regular Miles is definitely black with the red spider patterns, where the Venomized version is more of like a navy blue, like a dark navy blue against the red. And obviously the designs on the front are completely different as well. And obviously this Miles has the sculpted veins on the arms, where this one is all smooth. And then same with the head, he's got the sculpted Venomized veins, and Miles is smooth. So you can tell though, it's the same character, just one's good, one's evil, one's Venomized, one's not. But yeah, nice Miles Morales figure. Moving on to Gwen, and I guess we should first mention this massive tongue that's dangling off her hood. So this is one solid piece, and it's made of like a soft plastic, so you can stretch it. So I'm assuming you can wrap this round a figure or something to sort of say he's been captured by the Venomized ghost spider. And I still have no idea why she's called Ghost Spider. Someone needs to let me know. But yeah, just like Miles, she's not black, she's all dark blue, like a navy colour against the white highlights, and of course this pink tongue that's sort of the inside of the hood as well. And then down on the boots you've got like the little spikes, and these are like a baby blue sort of turquoisey colour. So yeah, they are newly sculpted, as well as these arms with these like sort of wrist gauntlets. But again, the paintwork's nice, very clean. Now this is a jacket, it's like a dark blue jacket over the dark blue body, and I guess they're just giving it a bit of texture, a bit of depth on the figure, as she has some spikes painted on this jacket as well. And again, the paintwork's quite nice and clean. It's a bit glossy as well, it shines under my light. The hood, of course, is like a massive venomized mouth, I assume, which engulfs a normal sort of Spider-Man face. And you can see, I suppose these are all meant to be teeth, and this is the tongue. Again, I've not seen the cartoon, so I could be wrong, but if that's what it's meant to portray, they've done a good job at that. And the tongue has all these spikes on it as well. Like, I don't know how well you can tell, but there's like these little white spikes sporadically over the tongue. And yeah, some nice sculpted detail on there. So yeah, little jacket, little tongue. Let's pop this head off just to get a closer look at the head underneath. Okay, so I'll pop the head off thinking I could take the hood off, but the head is actually glued into the hood. So you can't take that head out of the hood. This is all one piece. I'm assuming if I got some hot water or I wanted to cut that out, I would, but then I'd mess up the sculpt. So yeah, all of this is one solid piece that you plug onto the figure, which I'm fine with. I probably wouldn't have displayed it like that anyway. I was just looking for curiosity's sake. But yeah, this is a Venomized Gwen Stacy Ghost Spider with the blues and the whites and the pink highlights. Yeah, not bad. So here we have our Gwen Stacy comparison, and this Gwen is mostly white, so she probably fades in my background, which I apologise about. But you can see how this character is an evil version of this character. And again, like Miles, the regular Gwen Stacy is black, where the Venomized version is more of a dark blue. But you can see how it's the similar figure. So previous Gwen Stacy didn't have a jacket though. That is new for the Venomized version. But again, you can see how it's influenced. See how this one, the hood comes off and it reveals just like a normal head. That's what I thought this one would do, but it doesn't. But again, you're not going to display it without the hood, I suppose. But yeah. And this Venomized version, of course, comes with like crazy claw hands. You don't get any interchangeable hands, where with Gwen Stacy, you did get a few interchangeable hands to mix up the posing. But you can see the little ballet slippers, how they're Venomized. Has a similar colour as well, but now she's got the spikes attached on the back, different patterns. Of course, you lift up her arm and you can see her sort of other pattern, but no other pattern under the arms of this one. So you can see how it's the same character, but it has the Venomized evil influence. But yeah, not a bad shout. So let's look at all of these together. And again, if you're a kid looking on the shelf and you're not familiar with these characters, which ones look more interesting, that have more appeal, more playability? It is probably these two Venomized versions. So these two definitely ain't aimed at me, the adult collector that's trying to get these representations of these characters. These are just fun, cool looking toys that are representing from the cartoons or wherever they come from. Again, it'll be unfair to say they don't look accurate. I've never seen the cartoon, but they definitely look like Venomized versions of Gwen and Miles, and they look fun, and I'm sure kids will enjoy them. And again, I can stand them next to my Venomized Captain America. So now he has a couple of sidekicks, little minions on the shelf. And again, I don't hate the Venomized concept, but I'd like to see a few more A-listers in the collection. Maybe an Iron Man or a Hulk, or I've even seen some cool concept art of like Groot and stuff. So it does go deep in the comics. There's a whole Venomized world, I believe. So expect more Venomized characters from Hasbro, I am sure. But this is a nice little start, and they're not bad figures at all. They are fun Venomized versions. If you don't want them, you can skip them. But I like having these odd versions of characters in little corners of my shelf. So yeah, happy. And I suppose we had to see how this looked as well. So here we have Miles and Gwen compared to regular Venom. And I think this shows, even if you're not familiar with the origin of these Venomized characters, they still look like fun figures to have on your display, even flanking Venom. Hank, get out my shot. Move out the way. Right, one more comparison before we wrap up here. Here we have the Retro Wave Spider-Man compared to Venomized Miles and Gwen. So final thoughts, these are some fun action figures. As I mentioned, even if you're not familiar with these character designs or the origin of these two, they are still fun figures to have in your display. They are obviously Miles Morales and Gwen Stacy, just with that Venom twist. And again, I hope we do see more of these sort of concept figures in the future from Hasbro. Even if I don't watch the cartoon, I'd still like a Venomized Iron Man for the shelf maybe. If we're going to have a few, let's have a few more. But you let me know what you think of this whole Venomized idea in the comments below. Have you read the comics? Is the storyline worth checking out? Have you seen the cartoon? Is that any good? Let me know in the comments below. And especially if you know why she's called Ghost Spider. I have no idea why she's called Ghost Spider. But still, these figures look cool, and now I have someone to stand next to my Venomized cap. So yes, as always, I'm rambling, but check out the videos tab. Find the playlist as we go through the rest of this Venompool wave. But most importantly, please, hit that subscribe button. Much appreciated. If you are in a position to support the channel, you can do that on Patreon. Links in the description below. But until next time, people, my name is Dan W. Follow me on Twitter at Dan Who Reviews. And I will, of course, see you on the next one.